Hi, everyone. Um, as you might have known from the last community call, we recently launched DDN base in beta, and we are planning to go GA in the coming weeks and add a lot of functionality to DDN, bring the V2 features to V3, and not even achieve parity, but also look to provide a better enhanced experience. Because of the new architecture we have in DDN, there's an opportunity for us to bring a new thought process around some of the new features and focus on innovation. For example, due to the metadata structure we have in DDN and the declarative authoring approach we are able to provide any to any join right away as compared to V2, where data source, actions, and remote schemas worked in a different, disjointed manner. And to make sure we are collaborating with you, we want to showcase our plan and progress in public. And that's what I'm going to hand over to Manas, where he's going to uh, provide updates on our public roadmap on GitHub. Manas?
Yeah, thanks, Rahul. Um, yeah, I'm in general, I think the whole team, I can say on behalf of the whole team that we're excited about launching DDN and what we're going to build next in the V3 world. I think, but the key thing I want to kind of highlight is as part of the operating model of Hasura Engineering, we want to be much closer to the community and much more earlier in terms of what we are sharing, what we are building, and taking feedback. And like in my mind, it just also makes sense because the approach to V3 has been very much like as a framework that can be extended very easily. Like we have always talked about interfaces, specifications like OpenEDS, NDC spec, and while we are building like mature implementations of different databases, different features over these specs, we want to kind of share how we have thought about these specs in the first place and what kind of thoughts have been happening in our mind, so that the whole community and champions and who want to kind of take this forward and build their own things. And yeah, so we are here. We want to talk about our roadmap a bit. What are the next things in our minds? And just quickly go through this. I think Rahul is already sharing a roadmap. I think this link we'll share it over here with the community already. Did we? Cool. Yeah, let's just share with everyone here. But this link is public. This roadmap is public for everybody to review. Key thing here is the way we kind of categorize the top tracks of work that is happening and the things that we want to do. One of the most of the work was the key thing that you see will be around API engine, because that's where we kind of building core set of features that enables your GraphQL and generally the API story, the composability outcomes that you want to kind of want to get from Hasura. Postgres is implemented as connector. If you have remembered in the V2 world, the later set of databases were kind of launched as connectors. In V3, everything is a connector, and Postgres remains the core thing that we kind of implement as the first database that we implement against a particular specification. So we want to share what more things we want to kind of add in terms of the Postgres story. Business logic is a very important focus for us in V3. We have heard everyone that it's so hard to kind of get business logic inside Hasura, and then there's always something that you want to do big and small while we are querying data and while you are building your APIs. And what if it becomes very easy to kind of just do it within Hasura ecosystem? And we have done that. I think you have seen from our past community calls, we've done that with our TypeScript connector. And here we kind of want to bring a lot more stuff that makes our life easier in terms of doing more with Hasura APIs. Yeah, the sections around how you kind of build with Hasura using our CLI, console, the toolings that are available. Federation is an interesting section as well, and I hope in the next month, in the month of June, we'll have more things to kind of share. And I think this is a key piece where we want to kind of enable multiple teams to work across different subgraphs, different data models that you have brought in, and work together in a collaborative manner and kind of keep developing and growing the API kind of surface. And then you have set up things around what connector we are launching next, what more we're doing in different kind of connectors around different databases. Uh, that's how we kind of have categorized over here. And this is a very early draft. This is things that are top of our mind. If you expand it and open it, and we'll go through it a little, in this call as well. And we'll keep on adding stuff over here. Uh, and we'll keep on kind of refining this based on the enhancement issues that the community is kind of creating around V3, and even with V2 that we think can be solved in a great way with V3. So yeah, this is our roadmap, and we hope to kind of keep refining this and keep sharing all the up-to-date information around what we're building next, and keep taking feedback. Yeah, Rahul, I think over to you for what are the things we are doing on the API side.
Yes, and building on what Manas said, we highly recommend that you browse through these issues and engage with us with your use cases, comment, and we want to make sure that we are building in public as much as possible. And talking about API features, we do need to catch up on some of the very uh, widely used and loved V2 features such as aggregations. Um, and so that is something which is in progress right now. And we do have a point of view for group by, which we are thinking of adding to the aggregations API in V3. So have a watch out for that, with the thing in progress. And then also with DDN being the best way to implement a supergraph, we want to double down on this approach of building a supergraph and enabling superior API composability. um, the power of a relationship, we want to make sure that once you add a relationship, you're able to get a lot of orchestration, a lot of functionality for free. And that is why we have features like remote relationship predicates, subscriptions, and a lot of work on authorization, which Abhinav will showcase later in the call today. Those are things which are planned as well. And lastly, I want to touch base on the plugin framework for V3 engine. Um, with this, we want to kind of uh, say that Hasura is kind of evolving as an API platform and adding these lifecycle hooks for you to extend the functionality of the V3 engine. Much open architecture, and we want the community to build their own plugins. We will provide certain Hasura plugins for popular functionality, but this plugin framework is something which is we're working to enable more extensibility on the V3 engine front. And lastly, on Postgres, support for simple mutations is in progress and going to be launched soon. So with that, you'll have the full CRUD capabilities, ease of use, way of leveraging CRUD capabilities on DDN. With that, Manas, you want to touch base on business logic and federation?
Yeah, I think I was talking about business logic. I think one thing that stands out here, and I hope like we'll have a good RFC or a point of view to share. And if you open the federated mutations part, uh, this is this is this is this is a big problem statement spread across different kind of user stories that we want to kind of capture and tackle it well in V3. And I think a lot of us who has worked with Hasura kind of have gone through these situations and want to see like what we can do in a great way, right? And I'm kind of excited about this. It's something very new, very different that we want to do. We are internally discussing this a lot, and looking forward to like what is the first cut of things that we want to do, and sharing more once we have a better understanding of this. I hope hopefully next community call we have something around this. Yeah, and I was talking about federation. Federation at this stage is a cloud feature, which is available in free tier, maybe in some way. But I think we want to kind of talk about what kind of things we want to do in terms of our CI/CD, uh, in terms of when we kind of want to work across teams, and we want to share again the things that we kind of solve over here. So yeah, these are the things here, and then connectors you can always follow as my favorite connector next in my roadmap. If it's there, for example, we're going to talk about Elasticsearch. But if you have something next in your mind, you can always find it in the roadmap over here. I think Rahul, you want to probably talk about GraphQL Connector, which is an interesting one.
Yeah, so GraphQL Connector, we're going to be similar to the remote schema functionality in V2. So think of bringing a GraphQL as a data source in DDN via a GraphQL connector. And we also, for V2 users on the call, this would be a good way for you to evaluate DDN while running your V2 project. So this is something we are trying to get out in June as well. So in the next community call, hopefully we'll be able to show you a demo. And also MongoDB, just want to touch base on that, saying it's an important track for us from an investment point of view going forward. And that's why new features coming on MongoDB as well. So have a look out for Brandon's demo later in the call today on new native query experience and features around MongoDB. So with that, I hope you get a good sense of where our efforts and focus is on, and please share with us any feedback, and we'd like you to engage and make it a collaborative exercise as we get these features out. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to both of you guys. I think just to kind of double down on what Rahul said there at the end, we are looking to engage the community as much as possible. So please go check out these projects on GitHub. Give us your feedback, give us your points of view. We want to build in public as much as possible with all of these things.